on Coleman. Count on Coleman. If your world is looking strange, you can count on Coleman for change.
Hello, Baton Rouge, District 10, and the rest of Baton Rouge. I can't leave you out. Why? Because I say welcome to the Coleman Cares podcast, where we do our best to educate the people. And I can't just keep it to District 10 because the person that I have joining me today is definitely not just in District 10. And so I am so grateful for having Miss Terrica Williams, our constable of the city of Baton Rouge. So I say, welcome, Constable.
Well, thank you. And thanks for the invite today to be in your space. And it's such a lovely space. I like this. This is nice.
Well, I thank you. That's how we do it in 10. Tell us, Constable, about your connections to Baton Rouge. And I know that the constable's office is different from the other branches of law, the Baton Rouge Police, the sheriff officers, all of that. So I need you to educate the people, because the more they hear this, the more they know this, the better off they will be.
And the more they can appreciate the constables for who they are is what I always say.
Yes.
And when you talk about District 10, of course, I grew up in District 10.
What?
Yes, right down the street from here. So I am connected. I am a product of District 10.
Yes.
I went to McKinley High, and then we went to Glen Oaks. Now, of course, I graduated from Glen Oaks, but I'm still a Panther.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. Where you began.
Yes, I started right here in South Baton Rouge. But as far as the constable's office, we are different from other law enforcement agencies because we do more civil than criminal. We do evictions, we do civil mandates, we do Baton Rouge City Court. We're responsible for all the judges in City Court. We have a city jail. We do repossessions, we do garnishments, we do so much of negative stuff. But it's not because the constable want to do negative, it's because the court orders it and we have to follow what the court says. So a lot of times you'll see me in the community giving out turkeys or giving out Christmas toys or giving back school supplies, just whatever I can do positive in the community because of the things that we have to do in court.
Great balance there, and you definitely out there. Many of the other constables from around the state, I know I was at your conference, and they made mention of all that you do, and you sent them back to their parishes saying that, hey, we need to make sure that we get some of these things done. And that's a great analogy. You know, folk may look at what you do as being negative, but you balance that thing with all the positive that you do. Give me some background and how you got where you were, or I should say, about as being the constable.
Well, my career in law enforcement started many years ago at the sheriff's office. I was a sheriff deputy with East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office. I stayed there for some years, and then as time went, I moved to the constable's office, and I worked in the jail. I was the first female to run Baton Rouge City Jail as a jail sergeant. I went to DARE school. I was a DARE officer. I was public information when I was at the constable's office. So years went by, and the position came open. Reginald Brown was retiring, and he was a great constable, but he was retiring. And once he retired, they was like, you ought to run for that position. I was like, oh, no. And it's like, yes, if anybody know the job, you can do the job. So here I am. I stepped out on faith, and I just believed in myself, and I knew that I could be the difference. And they say, they say you made a history. And I don't look at it as making history. I just look at it as being a change maker in my community, to be able to bring in new times, new things, and just a new way of doing things and bring it to a new century with the constable's office. So here I am. I'm in my second term. Of course, I ran in 2018, and the people voted for me. The city of Baton Rouge stood up and they voted for me, and I won the position. I was the first and the only female running in this position, and God blessed me to win. And then, of course, I was up for re-election in 2024, and I thank God that the people stood again and they voted again, and I'm back in my seat to continue what I've started. And we've done so much. I mean, this agency A lot of times they look at constables like, at first they were saying security guards, or they was like park rangers. And I was like, no, these guys go to the same police academy that every other agency trained with. They sit beside BRPD officers. They sit beside East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's officers. They go to the shooting range. They do everything that every other officer do. So being the city constable, I look at this stuff. I say, you know what? We're going to get in here. We're going to make sure people know who we are. We have the equipment. We have new uniforms. We have new tasers, new radios, new units, everything to bring these guys up to date to be able to do the jobs that they do as city constables. And I love it. They love it. And we're going to keep pushing this agency forward in Baton Rouge.
And you all have a kids component. That's the part that I love.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, tell us about that component, what you do with those children.
Oh, wow. Well, you know I love my babies.
Yes.
I love the kids because that's our future. That's where we need to mold these children to be the next councilwoman when you retire, to be the
There
next
you go.
constable when I retire, to be our next mayor. We have to have children to be growing into these positions. So what I do, every summer I do a mentoring program, and I thank you because a lot of times we bring the kids over here to eat because this program is at my expense. We don't get any grants. We don't get no money. A lot of times this is out of my pocket. We cook hot meals for the kids. So I'm thankful for people like you who partnership. And, you know, my kids were able to take a train ride with your kids this summer.
That's it.
And they enjoyed it. So we love it. We love to bring the kids in and just to mentor to the kids. Even this weekend we have an event coming up. It's called Life Skills event, the Next Generation Life Skills. And it's to teach them how, we have a lady that's going to come out with a towing truck. She would teach them how to jack up a car and properly change a flat tire.
Wow.
Those children need that because I'm grown. I still don't know how to change a flat
There
tire.
you
So
go. There
if we
you
can help
go.
our babies, and when I get to the age, one of them may be able to come change my tire. We'll also be teaching them, everybody will get a necktie. We teach them how to tie a necktie. They'll get a belt. We teach them about wearing the belt properly. For my young ladies, we teach them about nail care, hair care. We give them deodorant, personal hygiene, and just to teach them just some simple things in life that they may not know or may not learn from anybody else. Even with the etiquette part of it, we're going to prepare a meal for the kids. I have a caterer that's going to cook, and they will sit down and eat a meal like they're at a restaurant. Because I know when I first went to an expensive restaurant, I didn't know which fork, which spoon to use.
There you go.
We
That's
just don't
right.
get that, yeah. So
That's right.
now that I know, I want to give it back to my kids so they can know what to do.
And then it is imperative for us as adults to make sure that we expose these children to all of that. Yes, they need to know how to change a tie. Yes, they need to know how to tie a tie. Yes, they need to know how to even sew on a button. Just what we call the simple things, but it's more to it than what the eye sees there. And so that is so great for what you're doing. And you have always been in the community doing community stuff and also keeping your hands on the children. And I like the fact that not only are the children just, see, when the children respect that uniform, and when the children see your constables and you in that uniform as a friend, it is of utmost importance that they will grow older and knowing that that friendship is there and that respect is there. And that's what it's all about.
And that's the plan, because a lot of times the children see us when on an eviction, the parents are being put out of the homes, or they'll see us on a crime scene where there's a murder or a fight or something like that. So we want the kids to see us outside of that and at a positive time. And when they see us on a bad scene, they can say, you know what, I know that person. They're not a bad person. Because a lot of times kids are afraid of law enforcement.
That's
They're afraid
correct.
of us. And
Yes,
we don't want
they
that.
are.
We don't want that
want it.
image. We want them to know that we're their friends. They can trust us. They can talk to us. And they can come see us when there's something going on.
And even the gun safety component that you all do.
Yes.
That which you respect, then you will be mindful of how or whether to use it. And I even try to incorporate that in my summer program, and that's one of your constables who come out and do the gun safety component there.
And it's a great thing, because in this day and time, guns are so bad. They say, well, people killing each other, guns kill people.
That's right.
If they didn't have guns, people wouldn't get killed.
That's
guns
correct.
kill people. So our thing is to teach the children that this is something dangerous, it's serious. Just because you play your little games, and I know they play them games, they have all these little games where they kill each other and then they, oh, I want a new life, and they get a new life. In this real life, you can't get a new life. So we talk to them about not pulling that trigger, not playing with the guns, and not killing one another. And we just hope it's something that we do that can save, if not every child, some of the children.
And I tell you what, the blasting of that watermelon, I know that it makes the children, it make them think, because here it is, a watermelon, and then the gun shoots the watermelon, and then it goes all over the place. And you can't put it back together again. And so I am grateful for the constable's office, and they are always actively involved in the community, in Coleman Kids Camp, and many, many others. I've even seen the constable as a rabbit, Miss Rabbit there. And so it's a great thing for these children to see you in that. Yes,
And
in
I
that.
love it. I'm a kid at heart. I
Yes.
love it. And it's just, I remember growing up, my mom would always take us to take a picture with the Easter Bunny and take a picture with Santa Claus.
Yes.
And back then it was in the mall. In
That's
Bar Marche
right.
Mall and Cortana Mall. And then they took it away from the kids. So now somebody have to give them this in the community to let them see that, it's a fairy tale, but it's something that kids should all have an experience. So I try to give it back to them. We do Christmas. We have Mrs. Claus. We have Santa Claus. And guess what? Everything we do is in District 10.
Yes, indeed.
It's
The
in
best
District 10.
district there is.
They give us the space. They
correct.
give me the space in District 10. We would do it here at your center, or most of the things is at the Laborers Union Hall on Government Street. And
Yes.
the event this Saturday is at 1233 Government Street at the Laborers Union Hall. So please come. Bring some children out and let them experience what we do and what we give back to our children.
And the thing about it, no child, any event that you all have, I've never seen a child left behind. Never. You all have an abundance. You don't come out there with a little handful of nothing, but every child is served. And I've even seen some of the parents being served, and so we appreciate that. So that upcoming event, tell them again where it is, what it is, and anything else that you'd like to tell Baton Rouge.
Okay, well, we do have our upcoming event, which is this Saturday, October the 4th. It's at 1233 Government Street. It starts at 10 o'clock a.m. We're asking that the children call in and register in order to be a part of the event, but I promise you, if a kid show up that hadn't registered, they will be served that day. We just want registration so we can get a head count and know what we have to prepare for,
Yes.
because they will get a meal, and they will have plenty of things to take home: deodorant, soap, toothpaste, neckties, belts, and they will get a whole lot of knowledge on what to do to become our next generation. So come out, parents, 1233 Government Street. That's this Saturday, October the 4th at 10 a.m. Also, I just want our community to know that when you see our community leaders such as myself and Councilman Coleman, this is what we love. We love our community. We love giving back. And it's easy to work with people like Ms. Coleman, because guess what? If I say the community need it, she's going to figure out how to help our community get it. From the Brook swimming pool, remember?
Yes, I remember.
This lady had me in a swimming pool
Now,
with
there
my
you
hair, and y'all know better, with full clothes on. I didn't have no swimsuit or nothing. She was like, we need you to get in the water. And I got in the water because it's for the kids. And it's to show the kids that we're not too big and not above them to be a part of what they're doing. So listen, Baton Rouge, let's keep pushing forward. Let's keep the right people pushing you and helping you to push forward in our community. And most importantly, in District 10 with Councilwoman Carolyn Coleman.
Wow, and you all heard that, how, and that is the constable of the city of Baton Rouge, Terrica Williams, who's always out there and serving you. So I'm going to ask that you consider helping her to serve our youth. And next generation. And that's Saturday,
Yes, October 4th.
October 4th at
The Laborers Union Hall at 1233 Government Street at 10 o'clock a.m. Bring the kids out. It's going to be a great event.
So I say thank you for joining us this day. Thank you, and feel free to return because you always have something going on. And so just feel free to return here. And just remember, Baton Rouge, this is our Constable, Constable Terrica Williams. And remember, Coleman cares.
Count on Coleman. Count on Coleman. If your world is looking strange, you can count on Coleman for change.